Alright, welcome back to the channel that only progresses slower than probably CGP's videos, although he's actually picked up a bit too. About a year ago, we started this hot sauce. I'll link to it below. Today though, at the time of recording, and I might even upload tonight, it is the end of the month, it's at the end of the year, it's the 31st of December. So I thought I might as well quickly finish this one off. Girl has been very annoyed that it's been here for so long, and it should be delicious if it hasn't gone bad. There is a little bit of water left in there, and I can see there is some mold growing on top of the onion, which we'll see in a moment, but it should be fine. That should be maybe calm yeast or something like that, and everything stayed under the water level anyway, so we should be right. Now here I also have a delicious vanilla and ginger rum, homemade, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Just get any really neutral vodka, like ampersand vodka or something. Mix in a rum flavouring to it, and then put in maybe some vanilla pods and some grated ginger, and just leave it for a few days. Strain it out, and then leave it for another week or two. Add a bit of sugar, and you have this delicious drink. It's fantastic for Christmas, especially in summer, like it is here, with a bit of ice and a touch of water. So, let's have a look at this. Yeah, there is a little bit of yeast on top. Nothing worth worrying about. So what I'll do is just grab the tongs and a bowl. Where did I put the bloody tongs? There we go. And we'll just scoop that one out. That was really just to keep everything submerged, and we don't have to, well, just can't even get it. Don't have to worry about that mold on top. But I don't even think that's calm yeast. It's almost certainly mold, but that's perfectly fine. It happens, and it didn't get in it. We're also going to cook this as well. So normally, if you're doing a chili sauce, you would ferment it or cook it. Now, one, I have left this for an extended period of time. But two, I'm going to do both because I want a bit of both flavors, and I'm going to use a little bit of jam setter to thicken it up, or pectin, which is an apple product, so vegan friendly. If you have any vegans you want to give some hot sauce to. And I am wearing gloves. That's not just because I don't want my hands burnt, but I cut my finger earlier. And besides the fact that it's not good to get blood in a sauce, that getting sauce in my cut would also bring me to my knees quicker than a $20 note would. So I thought I'll keep these on, and hopefully everyone wins. First up, let's strain out this sauce and see how we go. I'm just going to grab a bowl, and I'm going to grab a big pot too. Just recording this on my Samsung. I can't be asked dealing with the proper camera and, you know, doing this a bit more professionally. So you can see here, this was a bit of a mix-up of all sorts. I'm pretty certain, from memory, that I have capsicum and chili in here, and that I even added some garlic. Yeah, there's some garlic cloves in there. So there's a fair few flavours going on, but right now it's looking really soft. It smells delicious and fierce. I'm going to keep this juice for now because I might turn that into a separate thinner sauce. I'm not too sure yet. But also I might want to thin out this sauce when I'm done. So we don't need to worry about setting it all the way. We can pretty much mix that in there. Now, one of the most important things is if it smells off, don't worry about it. I'm very lucky that this smells excellent. There is no bad odors. There's no mustiness or nothing unexpected in there. We just have this delicious, delicious mix of flavors. If I bend one of the lights around there. There we go. Let's get that cover photo there. That looks bloody great. What I'm going to do though is make it a little bit more like a barbecue sauce. So we'll put that to the side. I'm going to grab a small container. I'm going to chuck in a bunch of brown vinegar. Oh, not brown vinegar, bloody brown sugar. There you go. Probably one big fat clump. I'll put this over here so I don't forget to order more. And then I'm going to pour in some vinegar. What have I got as far as vinegars go? Yeah, I'm just going to go white vinegar. Now I'm going to go less than 50% white vinegar. I'm confident in this ferment because I did a 3% salt brine. I know that the pH of that's going to be really high. Still going to add some vinegar just in case. It's going to alter the flavour slightly, but using it as a base for this kind of brown style sauce should also turn out really good too. I'm not really... not really measuring anything. There is this amount of chilies. There was one clump of brown sugar, and there was about how much vinegar you saw in there. So I'm going to put this on. Full tilt, maximum power, as our girl's uncle kept telling us the other day, until Christmas Eve we burnt burnt the pork. I'm still recovering from Christmas too. I'm going to get that basically boiling. I want to really cook that sugar a bit into the vinegar, combine the flavors, make it homogeneous. And you know, at the same time, on this small one, I'm just going to chuck these on just to get them warming up and start that cooking slightly. So I'll pause the video here for a few minutes and we'll come back and have another look at that in a tick. Alright, that sugar is cooking really quickly. I thought about this a little bit more, and I actually just went and fished, I know this is disgusting, but you'll live, so will everyone that has it, fish this plum out of the bin. This plum's about a week and a bit old. You can see it's very soft and not very good. However, it is perfectly fine to use. It was just sitting on top of some wrapping in the bin. It's not like it's actually been dirty. I rinsed it, and then we're going to cook it, and we're not going to put the skin in anyway. But I'm going to add this plum, or the flesh of the plum, to the sugar while it's cooking to really leach all those flavors out. And I'm going to put a little bit of worst sauce in there because that's just going to go with the brown taste quite well. So here we go. We'll very undelicately skin this plum. In fact, let's just do it over here. It doesn't matter if we get all of the flesh or not. There's got to be a better way to do this, but you know, I'm not great at plums. I'm not great at fruit. That skin is coming off. In fact, I think if you boil it a bit first, the skin just falls off a bit like a tomato, but we didn't. Alright, be careful that you do not get that sugar splashing on you. Well, alright, oh, that'll come out when we strain it in a tick. And I can never remember off the top of my head, but I'm not going to throw the pip in, because some fruits have chemicals in their pips which aren't awesome. So plums, I don't recall whether they're good or bad. I can't be arsed looking it up. If you noticed, I'm not measuring anything. I don't care enough about the fine details of this recipe to measure it. I'm aiming in a vague direction of what flavour I want, and usually it all works out. So let's keep this going for a bit longer, turn it back up for a minute now, and we'll come back and check out once they're both bubbling away. Alright, that's bubbling away. I was going to go grab a litmus strip to prove to the haters that it's safe, but turns out I don't have any here. They're all out at the workshop, so you don't get the proof. I trust myself anyway. I'm going to throw in a bit of tomato in this. Again, not necessary. This is mostly for flavour complexities. Add that dash of worst that I was talking about. That's probably a tablespoon and a bit there. That was about a third of a tomato. I'm just going to double check that this still tastes good. Yep, still tastes exactly as it should. And you know what? I'm just going to chuck in about half an onion. I'm not going to bother dicing this onion too finely because it will all get blended together. But we just go that one, go in the fridge for later. That can go chop, 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 and go carefully in that boiling mix too. This one at the front, which has been getting nice and warm. I adjusted the camera so you can see a bit better. Just stir that up. It is smelling so bloody good. There's that bit of garlic in there that's really starting to come through. In fact, let's move one of those over into there. Grab another one out. Whoop. And we'll let those cook up a bit extra too. So this is going to take a few more minutes. I really want to rinse the flavour out of it all, and then we'll look at combining it. So hold please. I think I put carrot in there too. This is going to be an interesting fruity one. I'm really excited. I think there might also be some super hots, but I do have some capsaicin extractions I've done with some ethanol. So I can really knock it up a notch if need be for the entire batch or on a per bottle basis. Alright, that's been long enough now. So I'm going to combine these together and let them keep simmering. They're about the same temperature, so we don't have to worry too much about the splashing. And I'm just going to scoop a little bit of that sauce out with this to add to it. There you go, just a little bit of that juice. That's going to reduce for a while there. Now, when you ferment a brine or a chili sauce, any sauce really, in my opinion, you end up with a much more rounded, smoother, fuller flavour. Whereas if you just do a cooked chili sauce, you end up with a sharper, I guess, hitter of a flavour. So this should be a little bit of both. I'm still umming and ahhing about whether or not I want to put some butter in it, because that really rounds it. But I'm thinking I won't. I'm thinking I'm going to make this a bit more like a brown sauce that is still going to be sharp, but it's going to be a full-bodied sharpness, and we won't go for that buffalo-style thickness. So we might not even need the pectin. But I do assure you that making a buffalo-style sauce using a bit of butter and a bit of pectin with a ferment like this is delicious. And you can go check out Sean at Chili Chump. I'll link his video below. This bloke is the wizard. Buy his sauces, buy his books, watch his videos. Thumbs up and like his channel and my channel. Don't forget to thumbs up and like and subscribe here if you want to see more of this. I do it occasionally, but Sean is the champion. Here's where I've learned most of these recipes, and I've got a lot to owe to him. He's also a really good bloke, really good community member, and has a great sense of humour, beautiful wife, beautiful house and garden. Sorry, I should have put the emphasis differently, mate. Check it out though. So for now, I'm going to let this keep reducing for a little while. I'm going to go wrap some presents that are late to be delivered, and I'll see you shortly. Righto, the air in this house is getting extremely difficult to breathe, and this is boiling away nicely. Everything's nice and soft, so I think it's time that we give it a good blend and see how thick this turns out. I have just a basic Kmart stick blender here. Apparently, I don't know exactly how to use. No, I do. I just did it backwards. Hasn't got the longest cord on it. That's the only downside. So I'm going to do this on a bit of an angle. I'm also going to do it super carefully because this is hot and it is chilly. So we don't want it to splash. We just want to give it a good mix about. And we'll keep going like this for a few minutes. I'll resume the video then. Alright, ignore the plane going overhead. I just had to think about this. I got it fairly mixed down, but there are a lot of seeds in it. I didn't de-seed it because I want it hot. So I'm going to chuck this in the NutriBullet. I'm also going to chuck in a little bit more Wurst and the rest of that brown sugar, probably another half that clump size amount. Just based on the smell and the texture, because the sugar will kind of caramelize a little bit or kind of bind it a little bit. But I want to break those seeds up, so NutriBullet time. Alright, so that is the first batch absolutely decimated by that NutriBullet. Got to remember that it's hot, so it's going to let air out. That air is going to have hot chili sauce that your eyes and your skin will not like. That is saucy though. Alright, so that one can go in there. And then I'm just going to scoop the rest of this in here and decimate the rest of it. Alright, so now that it's all absolutely decimated, you can see it's got a really nice smooth texture to it. I'm very happy with that. And I can only imagine this is going to be essentially a very angry barbecue sauce. It's not very dark, but that, you know, dark sauces are down to cooking the sugar and whatnot. I don't care so much about colour. It's got a really nice texture to it. It just holds on a bit, so this probably would be really good with wings. It would hold on to the crumbing nicely, but let's give it a taste. And I'm actually getting a fair bit on there. Looks like there's a seed on there. Let's see how this goes down. Fuck. Whew. That is hot. Also, really delicious, but Jesus. That is not even a builder. That is a straight out of the gate. It's like eating an ahi lemon. Like, you get a lot of sweetness and flavour right at the start, and then you're off to the races. I ate a lot of hot stuff. I love hot stuff. but I'm already sweating from this. That's phenomenal. Really, really delicious though. You can get like the carrot and the plum and the sugar and everything in it. Wow. So, I'm going to bottle this up. It's a bad idea, but I need alcohol. Cold is good. I'm going to bottle this up. When you're bottling it up, you've really got two options. If it's still scorching hot like it was before, or if I got it boiling again, you can put it pretty much straight in clean bottles. And a good trick is to bottle it and then turn the bottle upside down. Then the boiling sauce has touched every bit of the bottle. So the bottle's guaranteed sanitized then. If you're going to cool it first, like I am, because I don't have the bottles here, I'm actually probably going to go get some more, you'll want to use Star San or anything like that. If you go to your local brew shop, they're going to have like a no rinse sterilizer there. Just get some of that and rinse it with that. Now, it should be shelf stable too, so you can put this in your cupboard and there's no expiration date. That's because the pH should be below 3.5. I'm going to guess this is close to a 3 or a 2.5, mostly because of the ferment and then adding vinegar and not adding much else. So being that acidic means nothing can grow on this, and that just adds to the sterilization. After you have opened it, it's good to put in the fridge anyway. I guess technically you don't have to. Oh, Jesus, that's still hot. Just a really positive thing to do. So this looks good. There is no pectin, there's no gelatin. That is all the ingredients. That's the sugar holding it together. That's the chilies, the plums, the vinegar, everything. That is an excellent sauce. If you want to make it a little bit less hot, do something similar. You can use some less hot chilies, of course, but you can also scrape the pith and the seeds out. That's going to give you a very different, a lot more milder sauce with the same flavor profile for the most part. This though is my chili sauce of 2023. Took me literally a year to make. Is delicious. I'm going to stitch up all my mates with it though, because it's also really bloody hot. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave any questions you want. I'm always happy to share. I love chili sauces, but check out Chili Chump's videos and channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I asked you very nicely to, especially if you've made it this far, because this channel's getting close to hitting 1,000, and then maybe YouTube will give me $2. Doubt it, but maybe. Till then, have a great New Year's. I hope you're all going really well. I hope you had a fantastic holiday season regardless of what you celebrate. Enjoy your chili sauce. Stay safe. See you next time.